This video is going over the response to the complaints I put in on Officer Gullickson, Corporal Davis, and Sergeant No of the Naples Police Department for illegally trespassing me from the Naples Airport property, which is all public property. They found all officers to be in violation of two different policies, which would be their code of conduct and command order. All three officers were given administrative action, which was only oral counseling. That's all they were given. So after I showed these documents, which will all be linked with a Google Drive link in the description and pinned comment, I speak to Lieutenant Finman, who cop-splains about what their oral counseling entails, which has nothing to do with counseling, and they just basically get spoken to and slapped on the wrist. They think this is the final chapter to this whole situation, but it is not. I'm not going to give up my pressure that I'm going to put on them. Please let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Remember to always check the description. I hope you all enjoy this interaction. Much love, respect, and appreciation.
Alright guys, I'm here at Naples Police Department. I was gonna say Naples Airport. Should be shift change fairly soon, I believe. I don't know the hours down here like I did up north. Hello.
Yes, sir. How can I help you?
I'm here to see if Lieutenant McGinn, is it Lieutenant McGinn? I think he's a lieutenant.
Yeah, it's a lieutenant.
He's part of professional standards.
I'm just not sure if it's in this week or not, because they were swapping, they were doing training.
Alright, well, I'd like to try to speak to him. If not, if I can speak to someone above him. And I wanted also to see if I could get a possible police report.
Now, you want to get a police report?
Yeah, if one was made. Yeah.
Do you have a date?
It would have been from yesterday to today, and it would have been a phone call made.
Yesterday?
From yesterday afternoon and up until today, and it would have been a phone call placed from most likely Ontario, Canada. And the
Phone call came from Ontario?
it would have been, yeah. Most likely, I don't know if they have a different cell phone number, but
Can you tell me, like,
it would
for an address?
it would have been made about me. That's why they would have called here, because they want to make it about me supposedly committing a crime here in Naples.
Okay, and where at? No. You know?
What? Like, where would I have
Right. Like,
possibly?
where?
From my house, from my computer. No, the McGinn thing's something different.
Something different.
Yeah, that's about, I just filed complaints and the official,
What's going on with that?
well, no, the official report finally came back, but now I have questions about the report.
Questions on that report.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Let me
Now, the report would have been about me possibly releasing personal information, which isn't a crime. They're claiming I would be doxing them, which would be putting out their address, their home address, and they're claiming that's a crime here in the United States.
Okay. All right.
So I'm just trying to give you as much information here.
Just have a seat. Let me
Thank you. Good, how you doing? Good.
Seth Finman.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
You lieutenant?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I got the response back from my airport complaints.
Okay.
That incident that happened over there.
You did, you say?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
I received them, I think, Monday.
Okay.
And then I got the other one yesterday. Oh,
Okay.
no, this morning.
Okay.
Just like everything that happened.
Yep.
Like at first he just told me yes.
From professional standards?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, all right.
So he just told me that like the first thing he sent out was just saying, thank you for bringing it to our attention.
Yep.
They did get they were found in violation of policies,
Okay.
so on and so forth.
Okay.
But all their administrative actions taken against them was just like oral counseling.
Okay.
What is that?
What is
exactly?
that? Okay.
Yeah.
So that is, so we have discipline, right?
Yeah.
All different forms of discipline.
Yeah.
We have a non-formal discipline and we have formal discipline. So non-formal discipline would be an oral counseling. It would be, hey, training. Like, okay, you didn't, to the officer, you didn't do this right. This is the way we need to be doing that.
Yeah.
Okay. So, because I know in that instance there were a few things that we had issues with.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. For sure.
One thing was in the beginning, the officers simply didn't know if that was private or public property. They were under the understanding that it was private property, which it's not.
Yeah, which to me was very concerning because they've been residents here for.
Well, no, when you pull it up.
Yeah.
On the property appraisers, if you go on YouTube.
Yeah.
It's a great resource tool.
Yeah. Is that the GIS?
Yes.
Yeah.
It comes up as Naples Airport Authority.
Yeah.
Which is, generally when you look up parcels, like you look up a condo, it has highlights it in yellow with red lines around it.
Yeah.
So when that was looked up originally, it looked like it was private property.
Before I was there, right?
Right.
Or they didn't pull it up when I was there, I don't think. Yeah.
Right, before.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what we had done in the past, and that's what we had been coached in the past, because we have officers that are not in charge of the airport, but they're the liaison for the airport. That's their area. So they're like the resident pros. Yeah. Right? They know all the people that run it. Right?
Yeah.
Plus they had the airport authority folks yelling at the police saying, get them off of here, private property.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, that's the funny thing though.
So we have the non-formal discipline, and we have the formal discipline. That starts with written warnings. Yeah. And could go into suspension. Yeah. All different types of suspension. For different amount of days. It
could be 1 day, a week.
To termination.
Yeah, and it could be paid, non-paid.
Yeah. Correct. Yeah. So when we do, and there's a process for both formal and non-formal. So with formal, it's much more. There's a longer process. Yeah. Right. So a supervisor, or you. Okay.
I just want to make sure I get some of it, so I don't forget any of it or whatever.
Yeah. So and there's policy that documents what the steps of formal discipline. Right. Yeah. And it can be quite lengthy. Yeah. Right? So for this, and that all goes to review in our professional standards division. Yeah. Along with the chief of police, they decide if it's going to be informal or formal discipline.
Yeah. I saw the chief signed off on it.
And it was informal. Right? More of a, hey, do it different. We didn't do it correctly. Yeah. We're learning from this. Yeah. This is the way it should be done. Yeah. And this is what you guys need to do moving forward. This is what we need to do moving forward.
First off, practice de-escalation.
Right. So
Davis hopped out on fire. He was just like, you want him off? Go. Right. I'm like, can we have a short conversation about this? And Gullickson even said it's public in my video. So that's another thing that I was like, if you guys reviewed all the video and everything, Gullickson agreed with me that it was at the very least publicly accessible. Right. And when something's a public accommodation, at the very least, your civil rights are still protected under the Civil Rights Act of 1964, section Article 4. I'm not looking for an argument, but I already saw a little bit of contradictory in that report, which took 4 months. So, and to me, how do you decide if it's formal or non-formal? Is there a certain amount of policies you have to violate to make it to a certain level? Or, because, I'm telling you, that situation, that was one of my very first situations down here. I was very scared Like, I was nervous what was going to happen to me. The look in Davis's eyes, he may not have been in a good mood that day, but again, I've worked with the public. I've said this to many police officers because then it brings me kind of to their level a little bit. I was an EMT in an emergency room. Whatever was going on at home, I had to leave out the door. Doesn't matter how the patient talked to me, whether it's a psych patient, drunk patient, overdose patient, whatever, I had to bring the utmost professionalism. I walk up to someone, I say, hey, my name is Tom, I'm a tech here, I'm going to draw your blood, I'm going to do an EKG.
Right.
You explain who you are, what department. That doesn't ever happen anymore. And even when I asked for Gullickson's name, right here, what if I don't know how to read? And I don't want to disclose that information because it can be embarrassing.
And we have to.
So
we gladly give per policy.
Yeah.
We give our names.
So that wasn't even stated in the policy violations that they didn't give. I had to say Gullickson. How do you say that? And he never actually gave it to me when asked. That wasn't in the policy violation. I know the incident with Reyes. I think he got more
and there may have
administrative.
And there may have been more issues with that.
Yeah, I don't know.
There may not.
He may have had other instances on his record or something, but I don't know. But to me, when I got that stuff back, I was very disappointed because this is about accountability. And that situation, they even made me stand in the road. Like, they put my life in danger, literally. They put the public's life. They had to cross the double yellow line to go around me. Because that road, you know that road. It's 2 lanes, there's no extra on either side, it's all grass. And I was just taken back that they got an oral counseling. Like, do they go to a counselor, or do you guys just say?
No, those 2 of them spoke to me.
Yeah.
I spoke to them. I addressed both
right.
of them.
I'm glad you came out. Yeah.
And then Davis has another lieutenant that he spoke to, Master Officer Davis.
Okay.
So,
and what
lieutenant?
What lieutenant is that? Do you know?
O'Reilly. Yeah.
Okay.
And Lieutenant O'Reilly and I work very closely.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So, but I can assure.
I feel like I ran into O'Reilly.
You may have. But I can assure you that the issues have been addressed. Yeah. And they won't happen again.
Yeah, and I'm actually going to do a public records again because I waited until that's why I put the complaints in 2 months later because I was trying to get public records before because I know once the investigation you guys can't give out any records. So I'm going to put in some more public records about that incident, and I'm actually going to put in the records for all the people that have been trespassed from there and for what reasons. Because if there's been anyone that was unlawfully trespassed from them, I think you guys should send something out to them, letting them know that those are null and void.
And if you have any further, if you have any questions on why this was an oral counseling, this was such and such, you can, by all means, like, everything we do is transparent. You can call our professional standards division, Lieutenant McGinn would be glad to talk to you about all that. Like, it is what it is.
Well,
we
Vasquez came out last time. He was very pleasant, very professional.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, and I told him I ran into a couple of you guys before, like over here, and very professional. I didn't have like any issues. That took me back.
Yeah.
In my video, I'm like, oh, good, the cops are coming. They're here to protect my rights. And he just got out and. Go. Yep. You think you know this, you know that? I did know more than he did at that time. And it's kind of embarrassing for a law enforcement two-stripe to say these things and do these things and actually I did, as just a regular person, know more than he did. And, I mean, they have county plates on their vehicles. Everything points to that is publicly owned. You know, you guys have county plates, they have county plates on their vehicles. Like, everything if he just like notched it down a minute and listened, he didn't want to hear none of that. So I am probably going to put in for some more public records, and I'm probably going to contact McGinn again. And how does my complaints end up going in front of the citizen review board?
It does automatically.
Oh, it does
It's a
automatically.
citizen
Okay.
complaint.
All right, cool. I wasn't sure if I had to file a complaint that
You'll be
these
notified
were.
when the meeting is.
Okay. And it's
It's
usually
done
December, I
automatic-
think.
November, December.
Yeah.
Depends.
Because I went to the last
They
one
wanna-
for Reyes.
They schedule it so they can get the largest amount of
Yeah,
attendance with
yeah.
the board.
And that citizen review board is horrible. It's a bunch of old people that don't know rights,
Well-
don't know laws. How can they even said Reyes was disrespectful and then exonerated him from being disrespectful. You literally said he was and then said, no, like,
Well,
that's
I-
not
I-
accountability.
I can tell you, I know some of them from calling some of those meetings, and they're all very good people.
They may be good people, but
yeah.
you have to have some knowledge behind what the First Amendment is and exercising rights.
If you have a question, man,
Yeah, go ahead.
do you mind?
Yeah,
if I-
go ahead.
All right, if you would, just have a seat, and I'll be with you in a couple minutes, okay? Just have a seat.
Yeah, so they seem to be more in their feelings. And again, when you're trying to either bring accountability to law enforcement, you should have some knowledge within the law. They had to ask, it was either McGinn, or I forgot who the other one was there. There was two officers, but they had to ask them if it was okay for us to record the actual meeting that's being recorded. Like, they didn't even know that was.
Well, and they.
And she's like, we didn't have cell phones in my day.
Well,
Like,
that's.
then what are you doing here? What are you doing as reviewing complaints when you have no understanding?
They're reviewing what they're reviewing in their defense. They're looking at the policy
Mm-hmm.
and then the alleged infraction.
Yeah, which they
So-
said he was violated policy
So
by
that's-
being disrespectful.
That's what they're not professionals per se on public record.
Yeah, yeah.
So they are doing what the community is asking them. They
Mhm.
look at the violation.
One side of the community.
Well,
They're very pro-police, and I'm not anti-police, but they're like, police can't do anything wrong.
Now I will tell you though, I've been in that room
Yeah.
during those meetings before,
Yeah.
and they have been very critical of the police. So
They said-
it depends
yeah,
on the situation.
They sustained the two that were sustained through you guys, but again, they literally said he was disrespectful, which is against policy, to be disrespectful to the public.
Discourteous, correct?
They said there was disrespect both ways, which we as the public can be disrespectful towards you. It might not be respectful, but First Amendment right to be able to say and do, not do, but say, verbally say and express our redress our grievances however we want with you guys. But they said he was disrespectful, and then was like, no, he's exonerated from being disrespectful.
Right.
That doesn't line up. And for them to say they even said the lawful way you should have done that, stay in your car and make a phone call and say that there's no one in the car. No, the way he did it was lawful. So like, that's why I can't wait to be in front of them,
Right.
because I'm gonna express exactly what I wanted to that day. But when they try to, I know what's gonna happen with that. But I just wanted to come down, and it was a good conversation with Vasquez last time. So I figured if I was in the neighborhood,
Yeah.
come down and speak to
Yeah.
McGinn as well. But you, Finman?
Yeah.
You have ID number?
4-2.
4-2? All right, cool. And good conversation.
Yeah, man.
And this is all we asked for, and you know that.
Yeah.
So I just posted all the documentation today, so you guys may have got a
Yeah.
couple calls here and there, but
And if you have
a lot of
any
people.
further, just get a hold of Lieutenant McGinn.
Yeah, and a lot of people, they didn't like how they were only spoken to, because I mean, they literally violated federal rights. Like they violated civil rights. Those are federal crimes. Like U.S. 1983. Like this is old. This is very. I could pursue a lawsuit here, and I'm trying to make this where you guys just take accountability, so I don't have to go there and make the taxpayers pay anything, because they actually lost qualified immunity that day, so I can go after at least Davis, because ignorance of that basic law of me not being able to be trespassed from public property with Gullickson admitting it was public property when I was right there, they lost qualified immunity. So I can go after them personally now. And I'm trying not to get to that level. I'm trying not to. But, and it's not just you guys, this is Naples Airport too. Because they should have damn well known their property was public property, because there's public records request, CCSO is on there, the fire department, EMS. This is all publicly ran stuff. So I just, like I said, I just want to come down and speak.
Yeah.
I hate the email back and forth thing. You play tag, it's 3 days later, 5 days later. So whenever I'm in the neighborhood, I'm going to come down and talk to you.
I'm
guys.
always glad to come.
It's awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate it.
All right.
All right.
Stay safe.
Yeah, you too, man.
Okay. Let me see if there's somebody here to take your fingerprints, okay? All right.
Have a good one, Finman.
All right. You too.
Just recording.
Just what?
Just recording.
Okay. Back here is, well, you're fine.
Yeah, thank you. Can I just quickly get your name and badge?
Officer Cassiano.
Yeah.
5'5".
5'5". Thank you, Cassiano. Appreciate that.
No problem. Have a good day.
You too. Stay safe out there.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. She almost went for it. She almost told me this was, I couldn't come back here. Then she realized, I'm not even gonna go there. I'm not even gonna go there. They're just so used to telling people what to do, guys. They're just so used to it. There's Finman right there. Yeah, you too, man. Just saw Cassiano. Is that her name?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just saw her out here.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, she almost told me I couldn't be standing back here, but she stopped herself. Have a good one. Alright, guys. See, I'm not going to give up on these guys. I'm not giving up. As always, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Much love, respect, and appreciation.